All right, you guys. I'm here with my buddy. Well, buddy sounds so casual, but one of my dearest friends for like 20 years, Jimmy North. We're at Casa de Norte in the heart of LA, and this is the 7th installment of Asking Friends. And cool. Thanks for tuning in. Where are you watching from? Some of the people from Europe, it's like the time frame, it's like middle of the night, you know.
Do you see them?
Oh, NYC. So right now I see a screen and it shows like little text messages popping up.
Nice.
So they can kind of chime in. So I see my face and I see all these messages, and they're coming in from Arizona, Minnesota, England. So anyway, we'll get back to the intro. My good friend Jimmy North, I've known him about 20 years, give or take. We were little youngsters together. He split his time from New York and California, so we'd see him for 6 months and then he'd be gone for 6 months, but he was just a big part of our childhood, and now is a big part of my adulthood. Great friend, you know, trustworthy confidant, and someone I wish I hung out with a lot more. So I'm going to click over to him, and we'll start with some of the questions. And I think we're a little early. Hi, Jimmy.
Hello, everybody.
Let me get the frame good. There we go. All right, man.
That was a really warm welcome, man.
Oh, thanks. I wonder sometimes if I should do that before you get in the room, because then I can be like, it's not like any weird, you know, any pressure or, you know, whatever. So what I do is I have a list of like 10 questions, and I have some extra ones. I just kind of ask them, and they move pretty quick. We don't like elaborate on the answer too much. You know what I mean? Just to kind of keep it from like drawing out too long. I like to like kind of use Inside the Actors Studio as like a reference.
Between two firms?
Oh yeah, Between Two Firms is what I hope to, you know, grow to at some point. But cool. I think what time is it? It's time, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. Ready for the first question?
Shoot.
Okay. What did you want to be when you were young?
I just want to dance, man. No, I think at my earliest age, I probably wanted to be an architect. Oddly enough, I had a big affection for Legos, and yeah, somehow, without really doing any schooling, I think that love just kind of built, and I paid attention to a lot of what was going on, and here I am doing something with architecture and building.
Yeah, you know, that's something that I think of starting this as, or when I start this Periscope, is saying, hey, introduce yourself, say what you do. But I just feel like you do so many things that it's hard. I didn't want to like give you a hard question, and hard meaning, you know, I feel like you are a jack of a lot of trades. You know, you kind of get your hands in a lot of
got a lot of interests.
Yeah, which I think is just awesome. You're all over the place though a lot of times, so it's hard to pinpoint like
stressful, man.
Your main thing.
It's stressful.
So, but anyway, we'll move to the next one. So, architect was the kind of first thing that kind of sparked your interest.
I mean, I used to draw a lot of, you know, I was constantly artistic and creative in that regard. But you know, when you, I guess as a child, my limited understanding of the world and what careers lied ahead, I guess architecture was kind of the thing that I assumed I liked. You know, never was like fireman, policeman, or anything like that. It was really just, I think architect was, I'm going to be an architect. And then, of course, later, you know, as you know, I got really into golf, and I thought I was going to become a professional golfer and have those huge delusions of grandeur. Yeah, architecture was probably the earliest thing I can remember wanting to be. An architect. Cool. So now coming back to it, it's kind of awesome. I wish I could go back as a child now and really be convicted to that. I think I would have done a lot more schooling, and I'd probably be a little bit further ahead in that regard. But now I got good friends that are architects, and they can do all that technical stuff for me. Like, oh, put this here, put that there. It all works out.
You're like Lieberman, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, man. Great. All right, we'll jump right into the next question here.
Let's do it.
What are you afraid of?
Ooh, what am I afraid of? I think the easy one would probably be failure. But
And then it can be just an easy one. You don't have to get heavy on it.
It's a tough question, man.
Yeah.
It's like an easy question, but it's tough, huh? What am I afraid of?
Well, like Brian said, spiders, you know? We were at his house and we were killing a brown widow and it was like super scary.
Oh, I'm definitely afraid of snakes. I kill them as soon as I see them. Yeah. Snakes, yeah. But no, the deeper things, probably failure.
Yeah, which can drive success when
Sure.
you use that as fuel instead of like bringing you down.
Sure, you gotta work hard.
Cool, man. Okay, moving on. What do you love about yourself?
My heart. Heart, for sure. I have a very big heart that, you know, I sometimes it can also be a detriment, but no, I love people, I love life, and
Yeah.
I think that's my greatest attribute.
Yeah, it's a wonderful attribute.
Try and build upon it whenever I can.
I always think of you as a great people person, man. That's why I always think like anytime we go anywhere, you're kind of like always welcome, you know, because you can fit in any type of society, you know, from the hood to the graffiti guys, like all the people that we know, and you know, such a diverse like realm of creative and wonderful people.
You know, like you had mentioned before, you're growing up bi-coastally and constantly getting moved from one school to another and a group of friends to another and having to acclimate to a new school and getting rides to lunch, so you didn't sit by yourself, and you know, all that stuff kind of I guess it instilled a gregarious nature to me, but I think I always had an affinity for that, you know, so
You kind of learned how to interact with people at a young age, it seems like, right? Is it kind of what you're saying? Like you were forced to, like if you wanted to, like...
Yeah, if I wanted to have a life.
Yeah.
If I wanted to have friends, someone to throw a baseball, throw a ball up against the wall by myself, you know? It wasn't fun.
I think that's carried through, because I mean, I'm still surprised with some of the people that you know, like in such different worlds, you know, from high end to low end, you know, friends in low places, friends in high places. So anyway, cool, man. All right, so now the next part of that question, it's kind of a two-part. You know, first one, that was what do you love about yourself, was the last question. The next one is what don't you like?
Dude, you're asking some deep stuff. I'm stubborn. Something I'm trying to work on as much as I possibly can. I tend to get, especially as I get older, I'm sure you can relate to that a little bit too, where you get set in your ways and your ideas about things, and I think I'm a little too willing to argue my perspective.
Yeah.
I'd like to hone down that edge a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's probably one thing I'd like to work on.
Yeah, one of the many. You know, there's always tons. I was listening to some Deepak Chopra yesterday, a podcast with him on it, and you know, one of the things I took from it was just like live and be like water, you know, and not run off our own expectations. You know, the things that our memory has instilled in us that we expect from moments, and just move like water through life a little bit more, you know, and be loose instead of apprehensive or using our memory to kind of hurt our present because we assume how things are going to be, and then that can turn into like...
It's hard to do.
Yeah, well, you know.
Sounds really easy.
All this shit is...
That's life, huh?
Okay, now we're going another place.
All right.
Which house would you belong to on the Game of Thrones?
Ooh, pop culture. Wow. Probably the Starks, or I'd like to be part of the Stark family. They seem to be kind of the liberals of the group. So I would most relate. But I feel like I have a lot of the dwarf guy in me. What's his name? Tyrion Lannister. Tyrion Lannister, yeah. That guy. Not Targaryen. Yeah, that one. I feel like I have a lot of that guy trying to get out of me. So, but I definitely would lean to the Starks.
Yeah.
They seem to be the most righteous.
Right.
I would like to be there.
Yeah, I'd like to be on.
So I don't know if I am or not, but I certainly would like to be there.
All right, cool. Next one. If you get a new tattoo, what would it be?
Oh my God. Ouch. I don't know. I have to finish the world ones first. What would it be? I don't know, man.
Nothing that you've been thinking of or anything lately, really, in particular?
I learned so long. I mean, you know, how many times have I come to you like, I want to get this, or talked about it for 3 months, and we get there and you just do something else? I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Yeah. That's cool. You don't have to know. I mean, that's maybe what
yeah,
you're
something.
not
Not something. I don't know, I've been thinking about having you finish all the roses on my leg, kind of doing more, adding to them.
What, the old ones that we
Yeah,
did?
just building around them. but the leg hurts so much, man.
I know, but you really got to earn these things.
Wish I had done it all at 20.
Yeah. I'm glad I did most of mine in the 20s.
Still have a hole in my nose.
Okay. Cool. So no answer on that one yet. You don't know yet.
No,
which is fine.
I do have a couple that I need to get finished. Those, those definitely have to take precedent, but I'm gonna talk you into doing some more of those.
Yeah. You know, I have a bunch of unfinished work, so it's okay. My life is unfinished.
If you have unfinished, I talk about unfinished. A lot.
Okay, man. Next one. Seinfeld or Friends?
Seinfeld, for sure, hands down. That quirky friend stuff doesn't really jive for me. I like the humor. I'm a huge Larry David fan, so
Yeah. That's so
I think it
well
was
written.
good. And even the other guy who got in trouble with the racial
man.
comments. I mean,
That was a
whatever.
bummer, man. It still bums me out a little bit when I see him, you know?
It's a shame, man. People get caught in there. Some truth. Obviously, it was real for him, but
Yeah.
let's bring some levity back. Yeah, that show, his character was awesome. I think there was a reason why it's so popular, and I mean, it's still on, isn't it? I think they're both probably on,
Yeah. I mean, they're playing on rotation.
but definitely not Friends now.
I couldn't get into it. I always say it's like a generational thing, I think. Like the younger people were watching Friends more than,
Probably,
I don't know.
probably. But the humor in Seinfeld was, I mean, clearly it was widely popular, but I don't know. I think it was just geared towards a little bit more intelligent viewer.
Yeah.
Maybe that humor is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely it talked to me.
That's a good point. I still watch it now. I just got Hulu, so it's all the seasons are on there. So now I just burn them whenever I'm like falling asleep or whatever, or painting.
Nice.
Anyway, okay, cool. I wouldn't have expected you to say Friends. I would have been shocked.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that Ross guy.
What do I got here? Okay, I like this question. We're going to take it to another level now. What do you think is an appropriate age for a child to have an iPhone or like an iPad? Like just from kind of like your own experience, maybe seeing or being
With all my kids?
Yeah.
Um,
Little uncle, young brothers.
Having a nephew who seems to know his way around my phone enough to like buy every app and remember my password, and I don't even remember telling him that. I think this is like a tricky question because the way technology is advancing so rapidly, these skills that these kids are learning at early age, it's like that's what they're going to need in their future. So much like, math or English or any of these are the tools of what they're going to need to exist. And these things that we use, it's like using a pencil. What's an appropriate age for a kid to pick up a pencil? This is another tool. However, because of the reach of this technology, it's could be easily a negative thing if they're not really, I don't want to say controlled, but just chaperoned in a way,
Yeah, that's a great point.
because this is their future, whether we like it or not.
Right.
And yes, you need to teach children to be social and to be gregarious and to commune with other children and not just be like stuck on that. I mean, my nephew, he sits there, and if he's on my phone, it's great because we get some time to ourselves and get to hang out and talk to my brother, but because he's just face buried in there. But again, it's a tool. So maybe if it's limited, I don't know, younger the better. They absorb this information at a young age. So just find something other than Angry Birds or something that's
Be
more
a way to
educational.
guide them through it a little bit so
Yeah.
they can use it to their advantage.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing for sure is that this is the future. We are living in the future, and it's only going to get more involved in technology. So we have to start adapting. And we have to find ways to make it, to be proactive in making it appropriate, age appropriate, and developing these minds to a career or to a future or to life with this really in the mix.
A nice point that our friend Steve Gates said the other day was, along these lines was using it to create, not just to consume.
Perfect example. Yeah. So again,
This one might have shut off.
see, if we had gotten used to technology at a young age,
We would not use that camera.
it would be like second nature to us. Bet you my nephew could probably use the thing. Yeah, so Steve's a perfect example. I mean, you know, these are tools to create, but they're also going to be tools of just normal life, whether it's communication, unlocking your door, your home alarm. I mean, all these things are becoming so integrated. I was looking at this post about technology as into interior design, and how in the last 10 years, design has now had to include so much technology. You know, from how does camera systems work in conjunction with the design, stuff like that. I mean, so it's really more interweaved in life than just the simple consumption of a kid in a video game.
Yeah.
You know, this isn't Commodore 64. This is real life stuff. So I like what he said. That's
Yeah, I thought it was great too.
I think it's the future.
And I like what you just said. That was really good. Cool, man. And it's it's always funny to have this opinion, not being a parent, but we're hopefully you, I think, and I both, we hope to be parents someday, and we want to be conscious of this
sooner than later.
Yeah. Okay. Cool, man. Let's see. I got some more here for you. Another one I like to ask is, what's your favorite curse word?
I like the word shit.
Really?
I don't think I use it as much. Being a New Yorker, I think fuck rolls off my tongue pretty quick and smooth, and I'm not aware of it as much. But I like the word shit.
Tim's is shit too. Hendrix. Yeah.
That's a good word. But I don't know how to use it. Like, oh shit. Doesn't really fit.
When I asked Tim, he's like, oh shit, man, I don't know. And then I'm like, well, what is it? What do you think? He's like, no, it's shit.
I can see that being Tim's. I like the word. I think it's like, oh, grab that shit over there. It's kind of all encompassing.
Yeah. And it's a softer one of the curse words in a way.
What's yours?
I don't know. Hey, this isn't about me. I don't know.
Really covering the gamut.
Yeah. Well, we pop all around.
Okay.
Us over here at Asking Friends Incorporated.
Is this okay?
Yeah. Yeah, it's real.
Mount Conan or something.
Another kind of serious one that I think you probably have an interesting answer to, and if you don't be stressed out. No pressure. What do you think should be taught in schools that's probably not, or that isn't?
Kindness. How would you do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all these tragedies that are happening with our youth, man. It's overwhelming. From all the way back to Columbine to the Connecticut. Kids are tough, man. They're just hard on each other. And the sad part is, like, if you can only give them a glimpse into the future where we hold individuality up on such like an esteem and a pedestal, and yet in high school and grade school it's like, oh, that kid's different, let's make fun of him, let's bully him. And although I think some really, some strong growth has been made for kids that have been bullied, it propels them forward in ways. I think the bullying today is just, it's gone to a new level.
Yeah.
And you see these kids that now have these means to weapons and, take it out on, I don't know.
Well, and social bullying too is heavy for these young kids.
Yeah. That's why I avoid social media. I don't want to be bullied. But yeah, I mean, that's if you could teach kindness and community, I think somehow that would curb some of this stuff. People would be able to relate and say, all right, that kid's different, or maybe be more inclined to help pull them up as opposed to put them down to better themselves.
Yeah.
But that's like such a tall order. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah.
It's like, we've got kindness at third period.
Yeah. Well, it was either French or kindness, and I went with French.
Yeah, I have a feeling like if it was elective, it would be definitely be a lot of room in the class. But yeah, kindness, man. I'm going to stick with that.
That's cool. I like that. That's up my alley.
Does that make me soft?
No.
Be soft.
Okay. If you were given a book with a story of your life, would you read the ending?
No. I like surprises.
Yeah.
Except birthday surprise.
All right, cool, man.
Who wants to know the end of their life? That's
yeah.
tough.
I don't know.
Never been a planner. I don't want to. I don't want to go starting now. They're like, oh, I'm going to die on this day. No way. That just doesn't seem appealing.
Oh, yeah.
Has anybody answered yes to that one?
No, but I've only used it one other time on Tim, and he said no right away too.
All right, cool.
And then he said,
I like to be in Tim's company.
Yeah, I know.
It's a good one.
Okay, here we go again. Are you afraid to cry?
No. Do I have a choice?
If you have, well, if you don't have a heart, then.
Ooh. No, I've never had a problem doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't like to.
Yeah.
Who likes to?
No. I mean, there's tears of joy, which is kind of nice. You know, it's a pretty pure, raw emotion.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Nice. Let's see.
More of those, less of the pain.
Yeah. Well, I've well exceeded 10. So I'm going to flip over here in a second, and if any of you guys have any questions in a minute, just hold on now for a second, and we'll answer them. We've gone 24 minutes. That's a pretty good, I like to keep it kind of around that time frame. For my questions, I forgot to do this twice. I love to end them this way, with a question that is, what makes you happy?
Wow. Love around me, my friends, smiles, feeling that warmth. Damn, man, all my answers are soft.
Well, this is not
Really
tough
hit my
guy
heartstrings, Lou. Yeah, love's a good one.
Yeah. All right. So how about you come around and we'll look at the screen if anybody's got any questions. I was going to go over there, but there's no chair. And this way we don't have to flip the camera.
I sure hope there's a question or two.
Yeah.
Anybody got
Still
some
working.
questions?
Hey guys.
Anybody got any questions?
All right. So this is we both wore black shirts today and almost black shorts with Converse. Can we meet the dog?
Which one?
Well, Gucci can't hear us, so we can't call her, right? Can we meet the dog? Twinning, what up? What's up, man? East Coast? Yeah.
The dogs are asleep. They're deaf.
They're living the dog's life right now. They just ran around outside.
One's deaf, one's disinterested.
All right, guys.
Aw.
Well,
I like those more ones.
yeah, it's nice.
So no
Some
questions.
nice people on there.
Deaf.
Jeff.
What's up, man?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Tim? So this is it shows how many people are on there, and then if they want, they can pop. Need the rat and rose tattoo, man. Yeah, did you email me about that, or did that get lost in the shuffle? I've been dealing with tons and tons of emails lately, just getting back to work. So you might have to send. You might have to send another one.
Just touch and go for a while.
Yeah. We didn't know if I'd make it back. So, Aaron, what do you like to eat for lunch? Well, we like to eat at this place called Gratitude. My email is just lukewestman@gmail.
Cafe gratitude.
Gratitude.
I'm thankful for gratitude.
Yeah.
First time.
Are you still there, Aaron? Luke, you and Courtney are so adorable. Thank you. Where do you think you'll be in 10 years? You haven't laid out your 10-year plan yet?
My wife would kill me. I'm not saying that. Father of 2, adopted. I would like to have an adopted child for sure. I'm a big proponent for adoption. I think there's a lot of kids out there that need homes. And World Adoption Day is coming, so please pay attention to that. Yeah, father, and definitely progressed in my career and just building.
Someone asked, who's your favorite rapper?
What's my favorite rap? That's an interesting question. I like rap.
Well, you know.
Gift of Gab.
everything.
Gift of Gab. Gift of Gab. You know who he is?
Yeah.
Blackalicious?
Yeah.
Blackalicious. What is your career?
What is your career?
I do interior exterior design.
This is the
Ice
man
Cube.
behind the Summertown
Ice
Inn.
Cube.
This is the man behind the Summertown Inn. So, but you guys don't know what it looks like because I don't really show it too much.
Come check it out.
Best concert
Good
you've been
tattoo.
to?
I went to the last Dead show in New York at Giant Stadium. So I guess that's New Jersey. That was pretty unreal. I wasn't like the biggest Deadhead, but I think that was. Oh no, the best concert ever was Roger Waters 2 years ago in LA. Amazing show, huge production. Never seen anything like that, and I wish I had gone to the one in Boston and New York as well.
Yeah, I think you told me to go to
Oh,
one
it was
in New York.
amazing.
and one.
Such an amazing show. And I'm not like a huge Pink Floyd fan, but that was experience.
Who's that, Peter? What's up? So now when it really gets slow, my girl tells me to make sure you shut it off so there's not too awkward silence.
What inspired your design for the Summertime Inn? Good question. Luke wanted to do a speakeasy, and I had been doing a lot of mid-century design, and it was kind of a really cool space, and being that Luke is such a big proponent of like califas and the Mexican culture, I thought it was kind of a really cool opportunity to bring in some Mexican culture and the old school, a lot of the woods and that. So speakeasy, Mexican cantina style,
Lounge, the
Lodge.
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 Lodge?
Right?
Yeah. I
There's
don't
a
know.
lodgy vibe in there?
I guess so. Hey, man. Hey, I'm open to it.
The drawing table's dope.
Thanks.
Seen it.
Thank you very much. That was actually, Luke wanted a drawing table. I had a bunch of these old shelving units that came out of a kitchen, and I just put them to use in that table. Came out really
Are
good.
you a mason as well?
No, I'm not. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We talk about it sometimes.
Who's actually not words?
A friend from the East Coast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Get on it,
Did
did
you
you?
buy that table? Oh, I did buy the table.
The one for the shop.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a cool table. I saw it
It's in
today.
the shop now, a little Masonic table. It's a little bit smaller than I thought, but it's super cool. Masonic tiles on it from like the 20s. Yeah, 1920s. All right, you guys, we'll sign off. This is like 30 minutes is longer than we actually go, actually. We usually go like 20 to 25. Except Max kept talking. And we did Max.
Gotta give him time. He's
Skate or
awesome.
surf?
Probably skate, but that was a long time ago. I did, however, just go surfing in Hawaii. I got up twice. Big
Is
improvements.
it the first time?
No.
Oh.
No. First time in years.
Yeah.
It's never been like, cowabunga, dude. Ride every wave out there.
Yeah.
But I did it. Do you have any ideas?
Keep building at the end.
No.
Well, I mean, I wanted to do some kind of like apparel out of it.
What?
Apparel. Just little light stuff, or something like that. Like some kind of something. Just got too many projects going
It's
on.
good brand. Do it.
All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. That's what she said. Let's see. How do I stop this?
Carefully.
Do you know how to use a GoPro?
Oh, dude, that's a habit.